I've been here before. You heard that, right? Well, I've been here before, Merika Fletcher. How y'all doing out there? Yes, I'm Butterscotch Angie live, and I have a very, very special young lady that means a lot to me. She's another one of my daughters that I want to adopt, that I admire so much. She's an artist, and she's also a fashion designer. I brought Merika here today. We're going to look at some of Merika's artwork, and I tell you, I already saw it. It's fabulous. I love art. I love all kinds of art. It could be body art. It could be ear art, piercing art. It could be any kind of art. Yeah. I just love art. I like going to museums. That's one thing I miss. So tell me something. Somebody help Butterscotch out, because I have to get back to a museum. I haven't been to a museum since last year. But yeah, I like going to museums. I really do. Yeah. I find them very relaxing and soothing.
Yeah. And it's good to see other people's perspective.
Yeah. So getting with you, we're going to talk to Merika. And I want to ask you, Merika, about, how do I start this? You're a young woman. Mm-hmm. If you care to share your age, you can. That's up to you. Well, Butterscotch don't have no shame in sharing her age anymore. Because, yes, I am 57 years old. Yeah. Yes. And they tell me I don't look like I'm 57. And that makes me feel good. That means I must be doing something right. Yeah. But I got to tell y'all this, right, Merika? Mm-hmm. I might not look 57, but I just went through a major health problem and scare. Mm-hmm. So that's why I said I'm back. I feel good to be back, so bear with me. Mm-hmm. So let's get to the show. I want to really touch on Merika Fletcher. She's my special friend, my special daughter that I have adopted. That I'm so proud of. Another one that I'm so proud of. So let's get started, Merika. First of all, let's talk about you. Mm-hmm. I know you went to college and everything. What college did you go to?
I went to Art Institute of New York City. I have my associate's degree in fashion design.
Right. So how long you been involved with fashions and stuff? What inspired you to go in this course? Just give me a little history.
Well,
how it started for you.
I went to a high school called BCAM. Mm-hmm. It was arts and media. So we used to dip into fine arts and we did media. So from then, like my mother, watching her grow up, styling and herself and just giving her input on how I dressed and her getting so many remarks from us and just by, because my mother used to dress like very different, she'll wear like tailor-made shoes and from like African wooden sandals and all these things. She'll wear different designers, and just by her shopping in Soho during her era was kind of like different. So just watching her grow up, it had influenced me a lot. And then she got me into like bleaching clothes. So when I started bleaching clothes, that's when I started like picking up on designing and seeing that I can do it for people in school, in high school, people in the area. They used to, stop me. Oh, who did your jeans? And that's how I started. The love of denim, honestly. Okay. Denim is like my best friend.
Really? Well, honey, I got to get her to style some denim I got, honey. We'll talk about it. For sure. Yeah. So from there on, then you went to college and everything. You graduated, with your degree in designs and stuff. And from there, you've been doing a lot of different things in fashions, with your stuff. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean,
give a little insight.
Well, when I first went into the school, I was the only one that everybody had history with fashion. I had to learn my way. I had to learn how to sew. For the first time me ever touching a sewing machine was a Juki at 19. Me actually working with different materials. I didn't know a material from what. I knew cotton from denim was mostly things that I worked with. Right. But I didn't know nylon and all these different other, fabrications. So me learning the different textiles took me more up, and then just meeting with different professors that just understood me as a person and as a designer. So I just tried to play on my imagination. You know, everything I do, I just play on my imagination. So yeah.
So, for what advice would you give to a young lady like such yourself, or gentleman that wanted to pursue a career in fashion, becoming a fashion designer? You know, because we know that we go through a lot of trials and tribulations in anything we do as we growing up. You know, I can vouch for that. You know, when I was in college, and everything. What advice would you give to somebody that might be watching us right now regarding, your experience, as a young fashion designer, and dealing with the trials and tribulations that you do experience as you're growing?
Well, I would take a lot of risks. You have to take a lot of risks. In order to be successful, you have to take a lot of risks. And don't be scared of failure. Like, it's been times where I sewed through my fingers. It's been times where garments did not come out right. But it would turn into something else. You play with your imagination. And my designer quote is, don't let, what was it?
It's
imagination.
Okay.
What is it? God, it's in my portfolio. Do not let nothing interrupt your imagination. So that's what was basically it. Do not let nothing in life interrupt your imagination, because your imagination, like Daniel Arsham, which is one of the architectures that I look up to, he says it like hands down, like you cannot let reality dip into your imagination. It's gonna throw you off track. It's going to. So if you constantly in tune with your childlike imagination, it'll take you away from reality. The depths of reality, because reality can put you in debt, not only with money, financially, but also in mental.
Wow, that's a good concept, because basically, it's like you can't allow people to invade your space for what you're trying to do. You know, because distractions always throws us off course in anything we do. You know, and that's the same thing. That's a very good observation, though. I like the way he put that. Very nice, very nice, well spoken.
He's a very disciplined designer. He just did the Dior show. So he plays a lot with what is it? He plays a lot with concrete, like cement. He plays a lot with cement and quartz crystals. He plays a lot with those.
Really?
So his designs are very, 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 very crazy.
Wow.
I love that. I love the way like he designs and stuff like that, and his aspect. And he's actually colorblind too.
Colorblind too.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
But you know what else, Merika? I know you work with a lot of people as well. You know, you want to tell us about what you're doing right now in your fashion right now?
Well, right now
you're like a consultant or something?
Yeah, right now I just brand ambassador for people. Like, I'm a brand ambassador, so I help like people that guys. I'm working on I Am Beauty, which is the lady that did my hair. Her name is Ajaya Toscano. And I'm helping her build her brand, and we're working together for like makeup and hair. And she's also a minister, so you know she's building up. She's very, very, very talented.
Wow.
And it's an honor to honestly work with her. Also working with you, collaborating, coming on the shows, finally stepping out of my comfort zone.
I'm glad, because I'm going to bring you back. I'm gonna bring you back, because that's what it takes. I'm going to do it for Merika. I'm going to help her out. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you out. Believe me, I'm going to help you out.
Stepping out of the comfort zone.
Yes.
You know. Also, like, I'm working with also me allowing to work on other talents that I have. So the painting, the designing, the art directing, the photography, just me stepping out of my comfort zone with everything and just trying it out. I'll get up literally 3 o'clock in the morning and just start typing away, researching, writing down things, and just
Wow. You know what, Merika? It's funny, because when I was in college, my best work was done early in the morning, just like you. Mm-hmm. Because I'm at peace. Mm-hmm. I ain't got nobody distracting me. I wake up, get on my computer, whatever we had at the time, write in paper, write my reports, and bust them out.
It's freedom.
That's right.
It's freedom.
Is that what it is, right? Mm-hmm. And then my president said, wow. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you, but back then, I'm an 80s girl. We used to smoke a thing called pot. So, pot kept me going. I ain't gonna lie, because those were my best papers. I don't know what they smoking in this day and time, but I know back then, I'm keeping it real. Butterscotch is keeping it real. I ain't hot because you don't go nothing. It's the truth. Yeah. When I was in college in 80, I graduated from college in 86. Yeah. I'm an alumni of Sunny College of Old Westbury. My first college I went to was St. Augustine in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yes. And then I came back to New York and graduated, busted it out, and went to Sunny College at Old Westbury. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, all my papers, I could write my butt off.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to read a lot. And that's another thing is, I don't want to change the subject, but I think it has an interpool where I'm going. They have Kindle. Mm-hmm. Me, myself, and I like to touch a book. Mm-hmm. I tried reading a novel on the Kindle. I was so bored with it. Because it's not like holding that book. Ain't nothing like holding the book. Turning them pages. Yeah. So some stuff, technology, you just took away and it's just no good. It does me no purpose. Because it takes the interest from me. I'm not really geared up in the storyline because I'm reading off a tablet.
Yeah.
Which is ruining my eyes.
Yeah.
So do you find in your artistry, I know that because we're in modern day technology, I want you to tell me a little bit about with the fashions. What are they doing now? Is everything more computerized where you put the things on the computer? Can you talk about that?
I know in school we had to do mood boards or flats, what would be technical design, and that will only be distributed on the computer. So you'll have a garment like pants or a shirt, and you'll just draw it out with the detail, but it'll be black and white. So when you send it overseas or to a manufacturer, they'll just get that detail. So that technical design, most people develop it on the computer. Or mood boards, they'll develop it on the computer. I like to have both aspects because, like you said, it's people out there, or me being more a personal designer.
Right.
I like to touch the quality that I'm going to send out.
Right.
So,
yeah. I think, and the reason why I brought that up because, I've never been what you call a person who like going to malls, for example.
Yeah.
It's about clothing. Going there. Y'all got to just follow me for a minute, okay? How do I say this? God bless my mom. My mom was a great sewer, too. Now, me and my sister, we used to have clothes that nobody else would have. My mother could sew. She used to go buy patterns and make us nice outfits. Tailored. We go to school, kids be like, look at them. We be fly. Corduroy suit, skirt with the vest that was styled back then with the shirt matching the inside, the same color as the shirt.
Jiggy.
Yeah. But my mother, that was her hobby. She loved to sew.
Yeah.
So she used to make a lot of nice clothes for us, right? But the thing is, she also used to take us to the mall. And I hated the mall. Yeah. I used to be like,
commercial clothing is tricky.
Oh God. I'll sit in the car while y'all go to the mall. I just hate walking around the mall going shopping.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still feel that way. Yeah. You can get me in a mall, but if I'm going to the mall, first thing I'm going to ask where this restaurant at. Find me a restaurant where they have cocktails or whatever. You go shopping, Raven. I'll be back. I'll be over here. You know where to find me. Because I hate malls. And the thing about malls is that one thing I don't like, I always like most of the time when I used to shop, they don't make them. They don't have. It's hard to find boutiques like back in the day, especially downtown Brooklyn. They're all gone. Everything is commercialized now.
Everything.
It's horrible.
Even boutiques
it's
have
horrible.
Shifted. Boutiques are heading more into commercial clothing. So they have vast manufacturing as well. So, because every boutique is ordering from about the same manufacturer, they're ordering the same thing. So, like, for tailored clothing, it's definitely headed south. But, I mean, like, for me, right now with the dressing, I'm just trying to learn as much as I can, because whatever that I want to wear, I'm just learning how to make it, which takes a lot of
energy, right? It's
energy, information, and I never had a team with nothing I did. Nothing.
Right.
I never had a team. Never.
Well, eventually you might need a team, girl.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, because I'm not like a harsh person that denies people ideas and stuff like that. I'm very open-minded, but I never really had a team. Like, I'll collaborate 1 or 2 pieces with other designers, but I'm mostly doing it, you know, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just that when I talk about the malls and commercial stores, just like now, they got all these stores out here. And this island, I'm going to tell you, this is one island. They got a lot of restaurants out here. I guess people just don't believe in cooking no more. Everywhere you go, I mean, there's certain spots, big strips like Forest Avenue, Highland Boulevard. All you see is commercialized stores, bagel shops, restaurant here, Irish pub here, burrito shop here. I mean, if you want to find some food, you can find some food on Staten Island. And I like good food. So since I've been here, I've checked out some places. Some places I said they will never get my money again. They ain't gonna worry about it. And then there's some places, like I've tried several pizza stores because I like pizza. I've always liked pizza. Ain't nothing like a good gourmet pizza.
Pizza is fire.
Yeah.
Pizza is fire.
That's right. And I like them deep gourmet pizzas.
Two bros have helped me a lot. Okay.
Two brothers?
Two brothers.
Yeah.
They have helped me a lot in college. Like, all I needed was like $3 to get my stomach. You see how I go through food. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
She's so little. But I had to throw that in there because my point to this, the fashion thing, is that I don't like commercialized stores. Yeah. That's the bottom line. Yeah. Because every store you go in, that means that when school starts, like I told my daughter, I said, Raven, all right, I can't take you to the boutiques places that I would go and shop because it'd be too costly. Yeah. But I try to tell my daughter to mix up certain things. You don't want to look like that. You walk down the hallway and you looking at your twin. Y'all got the same clothes on. You got the same outfit that was on that mannequin.
I mean, like,
can you imagine?
I know from the stores, though, as a visual merchandiser background, that's how people shop. They shop by mannequin. So the stores usually put their most demand clothes on a mannequin, and that's what people pick up. People don't usually like looking through stuff because it's so fast-paced now.
See, and my thing is, I'm still old school. I like looking through stuff. I could be in the store. I'm going to take my time because if I'm spending my money, I want to be happy with what I bought.
Yeah.
Not get home, I bought that off the mannequin. Now I tried it on. It don't look like me on a mannequin. Yeah, because it's a mannequin. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Different size.
Yeah, you're right. I like personally, I like exclusive pieces.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
There you go.
I like exclusive pieces and things like that.
Right.
Whatever I feel. Honestly, I've been very cozy lately. I like to be cozy. Cozy is the thing.
Right.
Minimalism. I go through all different things. Retro. You could get it. You could play with this as much as you want. Especially if you're a woman, you could play with your silhouette as much as you want.
Right.
So.
Marika, so let me ask you something. School's going to be coming up very soon for September for these kids to go back to school. What recommendation would you give to me as a parent into those parents out there and how to shop for their kids?
Well,
Being that you are a designer, what to look for, what they should look for, and what they should just resolve or whatever, however you want to say it.
You should definitely listen to your kids. Definitely.
I should listen to my kids?
You should listen to your kids.
You know I got a 16-year-old, right?
I know. Not in like budget wise, because you always want to make sure you got money at the end of the day.
Yes.
But kids are the future. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And if you give them that platform of individuality, whether they walk out this house looking crazy or not, you're giving them a chance to try.
Okay.
So if you be more open-minded with kids and let them try, and then, okay, I got this aspect on what you're wearing. You know what I'm saying? Then they could play around. And who knows, they could come up with a different type of style. Style is in everybody, honestly. Style is in everybody. I believe that.
Right.
Some people, it's not accepted as others, but style is in everybody. It's crazy because I was just watching this show, well, not a show, but a little clip on YouTube. It's called A$AP Rocky, Dan Dash. You ever heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
From the 80s and the 70s.
What?
Dan Dash, remember him?
Yeah.
From Harlem. Yeah, so I was watching him, and I could relate to a lot of what he was saying because of the tailoring. The tailoring, you know, he was dripping off a lot of the high-end designers, having that little tailor shop in Harlem, bringing high-end to Harlem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that.
And then they want to chop him up so he can't make the money. Go ahead.
They stopped his whole program.
Yeah,
but
I know.
You know what they do.
That.
You know how they move. You feel me?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
You know
It's horrible.
You know
or steal your designs.
I mean, like, he was kind of playing with their patterns and their prints. But he made it urban. And he made it more innovative. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I respect him for that. Like, he made it way more innovative. And for them to take that, nah, it's not good. I don't respect that. But I think he just started telling his story, so I think he got a couple of other things coming up.
Okay.
So, you know, he's being looked to as the designer that he was.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Well, listen, you keep me informed on him because I would really like to get the scoop on how he's doing because I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I was like,
Dash,
ain't that a shame?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
He was giving it up.
You know.
Harlem is a good place for because that's where originally where a lot of the black community came from Harlem. Yeah. You know, I'm from Brooklyn, but like a lot of the black community came from Harlem. Our arts, you know, dressing aspects, artistry. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to Harlem.
Yeah.
Big ups to Brooklyn.
Of course. Brooklyn all day.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. But I definitely give my respect around everybody.
Yeah.
Even Bronx, really good for graffiti.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where hip hop started.
That's right.
So you gotta give them everybody their props, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
Well, she look, she know about that. I asked her, do you know who this is? That's Tina Marie. I said, you don't know who Tina Marie is?
I do.
You do?
My mother used to sing her. My mother used to go in on Tina Marie.
But listen.
And she did one with
she got so many songs. Rick James?
Rick James.
Oh, yeah, baby. That little ballad, honey.
Yeah.
She'd make you want to float. But I'm ready to float on now. You know that song called Float On, Float On. Let me stop getting all caught, y'all. Butterscotch is back, but my brain is all over the place. But it's all over the place with arts. I'm thinking as I'm talking, so pay me no mind. Anyway, back to beautiful Merika. Now, Merika, we talked about your fashions, and next time I have Merika, we will get to have the opportunity to see some of her fashions, hopefully, or whatever she want to show me. Yeah. I'm excited. Merika also got a very outstanding profession in art besides fashion. So, tell me how you got started in the art, because I know you're into photography too.
Yeah.
Which is great. See, all of this lingers together.
It does.
It's all connected. That's just like me when I was a finance major.
Yeah.
You know, I did banking for many years, corporate. I was in corporate for many years. And then, but my minor was communication.
Oh, wow.
So I did well in journalism. Shout out to Mr. Grossman. I was the first time I ever was in his class. And I was also in his class with a known rapper named Kool Mo D. He was shy in the classroom.
Really?
But we went to school together. Quite a few people I went to school with. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Anyway, entertainers. But my first year, when I was in class with Mr. Grossman, he was so exciting with me. He was like, because my family I grew up in the Hamptons, okay? So he got me a radio station to do an internship out in the Hamptons, in Southampton, at a radio station. So that summer, I was excited. My first internship in radio, for journalism and stuff. I was excited, but at the same time, it took up my whole summer. And then I said, the following summer, I was supposed to do an internship for Channel 5 News. I turned it down.
You was overwhelmed?
I turned it down. I went on vacation. Because I traveled a lot too, when back then. I used to go to a lot of islands and stuff. Yeah, I used to travel a lot too.
Yeah. Need a vacation, okay?
But you know what? It brought me back to this, because when I got the opportunity to come on this segment of CTV and have my own show, it brought me back to, wow, this is something I always had a passion for, because I always liked journalism.
Yeah.
And when I met Barbara Walters through my dad, she's the one who inspired me to go into journalism.
Wow.
When I was in college. You should take up communication. You should have an offset. You're a good speaker. You should do that. And I said, wow. Barbara Walters. Shout out to good old Barbara Walters. She probably don't remember me. I was a little girl then. Like I said, my dad knew her. Yeah. But anyway, where I'm going with this is that what tribute you spin off, you like you said, if you're into photography, you like to take pictures. I used to do photography too. I used to have 2 different nice cameras. I used to love to take pictures. Yeah, I used to do that. It was just a kick for me, but I just like to take pictures, of nature and all kinds of stuff, So what motivated you to spin off into your art? How'd you get started with that?
Well, I've always been a painter growing up. Always been a painter. Drawer, doodle, you feel me, when I take notes. So,
yeah.
I recently started touching a canvas last summer.
Really?
Like, I built up myself to touch canvas last summer.
Well, Merika, I have to tell you, this girl's amazing. My director, we get ready to show Miss Merika's art. We're going to show one at a time, and she's going to get to talk about each one of those photos that she's taken, that she did. Merika, you just started last year?
Yeah, last year.
Actually, the work that I just saw?
Those are recent, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's hit excuse me, let's hit it. Tell me about that one.
That one is patience.
Patience?
Yeah.
Explain it.
This one is like me, Rose in Harlem, Tiana Taylor song.
Yes.
And Rose Out of Concrete. It kind of takes you away, and it with like the swan. I have a swan in
I
it.
see it. I
have the heart with the band-aid over it. I have love in there. I have smoke for pollution. Clouds. Just things that I observe in my environment.
Wow. And what do you call that painting?
Patience.
Patience.
Yeah.
Patience is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What about that one? Oh my goodness.
That one is called Imagination.
Imagination?
Yeah. That one, a lot of anger was in that one. I actually punched a hole through that one.
You did?
I sewed it back. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That one is like trusting your pathway, self-love, being you. Me leaving my city, which is at the bottom. Me leaving New York.
Wow.
And understand that art still matters. There's hope in it. You know.
Let me ask you something. Hold that for a minute. Let me ask you something, Merika, about that painting. You know, you was angry with this one.
Yeah, I was very angry.
You know, I'm asking this for myself because, you know, like I said, I have a teenage daughter that, you know, she's dealing with, you know, anger. You know, and I want to know if, you know, maybe is she, I mean, this girl is talented. She's talented in that she's not using none of her talent anymore. And that's what really bothers me.
It goes through that phase where you don't where you separate yourself, you become antisocial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You become antisocial, you don't really want to be bothered with yourself either. You know, not really using the gifts that God gave you or your talents that you have inside of you. When you like hold those talents in and keep them inside, it kind of throws you off. You know, that's why you gotta release.
Yeah.
Creativity is all about releasing, and if you don't have that outlet, you're gonna go crazy.
Right. I agree with you on that. Let's see the next one, Merika, because, like I said, oh my God.
That one's Destiny.
Destiny?
Yeah.
All right.
That one is like clouds. The storm. Through the storm, those are like, and they all acrylic paintings.
Okay.
But, then it has the person on the other side with the clock. And those are like, those actual are my croquis from fashion design. So I just developed my croquis a little bit more. Croquis are just
tell me what croquis
your personal people or creatures that you draw to display the clothing that you have on, that you want to for the collection that you want to distribute.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Very nice, Merika. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What is that made out of?
That is actually made out of mesh.
Mesh fabric?
Yeah. So that you could play around with.
That's a heart.
Yeah, and that was before the final. So I wanted to show two aspects, because if you want to be a minimalism type of person that want to buy that, you could buy it just like that. And it brings a whole aspect to the room. It's actually made into like a heart shape. That one's called Gray Hearts.
Wow.
And, it shows the layering of a heart. Like, you know, your heart goes through a lot.
Yes.
And it definitely displays a certain type of awareness.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is so pretty. Look at that one.
That's the final.
That's the final from it? Oh my goodness.
So I kind of play with the background, and it's going to show the detail too.
So what do you have it on? What do you have it on?
It's on a canvas.
It's on a canvas too. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what color is the heart? Is
Well,
it red
it's
or
still,
is it pink?
No, it's still gray. It's a chrome now. It's a chrome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're going to see the details when you skim through.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's like me doing photography, like one of my like art directing. So I just went onto the roof and I just was shooting.
Let's take it to the roof, the roof, the roof.
I like this photo because it shows the detanglement and the layers of the heart. So it's kind of me coming out of what's been holding me back. Because you're your own enemy.
Yeah. And you know what? Say that again.
You're your own enemy.
And you know what? You can't say no better than that, because you're right about that.
Yeah.
Most of the time, we are our own enemy. You know? And, you know, it's just sad. There's another segment, but we'll talk about it later. It has nothing to do with your art, but you know, when you said that, something just came to twine, because, you know, I had got a call from a friend of mine today. I have to tell the story real quick. You hear this, because she's young. I got a call from a friend today, this morning, And you know, Butterscotch broke down. I broke down, and when I broke down, this left side went into haywire, okay? Of course, I did my woosas, my breathing, and thanks to this young lady who's very good with meditation, she understands, I was like, yes, what's wrong with me? I got to get back to the old roots.
You do.
Meditation.
Mental illness is not about it's not about somebody being bipolar, schizophrenia, anything like that. Mental illness is what your mind diet. What are you taking in for your diet, for your mind?
Right.
What are you eating?
Right.
You know
Yeah, that's true. I've heard that before about your eating. But you know, we're going to do another segment because I plan on doing a segment on mental illness. I'm glad you brought that one up because I am going to do a segment on that because I think it needs to be addressed because people are just getting too caught up in the pills of everything pills.
You wasn't born with a pill.
You weren't born with pills. It's true. But the reason why I brought this up was because I had a young lady that called me this morning and she reached out to me. She said, Butterscotch, her daughter just had major surgery on her brain 2 months ago. And it just so happens that, you know what? Staten Island, I'm going to say it. It has nothing to do with this fashion show thing I'm talking about right now, but I have to bring it to you because I'm very pissed off. You continue to allow people like, there's these 2 crones out there that has brutalized somebody's child, such as my own. I mean, didn't even know my child. 2 sisters. They called themselves, they gangbangers, as they want to be. Now I just got a call. The same girls attacked this woman's daughter. She's 18 years old. She was on a bus minding her business. They were picking at her. Bus driver, they got off the bus. Then the transit police get on the bus. Made this girl get off the bus when she wasn't the problem. When she got off the bus, they came up to her, smashed a Henny bottle over her head and constantly stomped her. This has to stop. I'm bringing it up. It has nothing to do with this show, but it just taunted me, and I said, you know what? I got to say something. Now I got to get back to my program with Merika. If she want to comment on it, she can, but it's a shame. It's a shame. And I'm going to be doing more segments for teens because you know what? Y'all better wake up. Stop smoking lace products that's making your mind go crazy. Okay. Butterscotch is back. Sorry, Merika, but you said something and I just had to touch on it. I just had to.
You got to.
All right. Now we got to get back to Merika because she got some beautiful designs. Let's go. Hit it, my director, Mr. Brian. Oh, Merika, that's the beginning of it, right?
That's the detail.
The detail,
so
okay.
It's like cobwebs a little bit. And it's another one that's going to show.
Okay.
And
but that's still from the heart, right?
Yeah, it's just showing the detailed shots because you have to have that when you doing a website. These are like pictures on my website.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you want to tell people where they can go look at your stuff on your website in between so we can get that on there?
It's on sd.com, Rika Studio. So it's called Rika Studio, RIKHA Studio. And that's where you go shop at.
Right. And they can also find you on Instagram?
On Instagram, yeah. Rika, RIKHA__A.
Okay. And you also have another social media page? You have Facebook?
I have another Instagram, The Lab.
The Lab?
Yeah, THE.
Oh, I got to get that one. She'll give it to me later, but she can give it to y'all. Tell them what it is.
THELA__B.
So what's on the Lab page?
The Lab is just mostly my work.
Is it your designs or your art?
It's
both?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's still coming up, you know.
Okay. Well, you better check it out, people.
Yeah.
You better check it out because this girl is very talented. Okay. What else she has to show me, Brian?
That's another detail.
From the heart.
Yeah, that's like the
wow.
bottom piece.
Yeah, I like it. You can see it in more detail how you layered it.
Yeah.
That is really nice.
It's hand sewed. So.
It's hand sewed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How long did it take you to do that? It took you a while?
No, like 2 weeks.
What?
Yeah, but I was playing though.
You were playing, but look what you did, what you created.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, show us something else. Okay.
Okay. That's like
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I
Oh
used
my
my
God.
art directing skills for that photo shoot.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Merika, I mean,
It's more on the site. Though.
I know it is.
Yeah.
I know it is. I can't wait to go on your site. I'm going to be tagging.
And I just created the website like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, thank you, director, for showing us her photo, her artwork. Thank you. Merika, I'm speechless. I'm speechless, girl.
Trying, Angie, I'm trying.
You trying? No, you claim everything you do, baby, and that's what I like about you.
Yeah.
You know, I really do. I admire this young lady so much, you know, and you know, because I always had a thing. It's just like me. I always wanted to be a singer. God didn't bless me to have that voice, even though I had sung in choir and all that when I was in church. But I was backup. But you know what? I always wanted to be that singer. And I'm like, I said, the Creator blessed me with a child who got that voice.
Yeah.
My 16-year-old. You know, but what I have to say, you know, about art, generally speaking, is that, you know, art is a good relaxation, however you do it. Right, Merika?
Yeah, it is.
Art is good for you. I mean, some people like music, like you said. I'm a jazz buff. I've always loved jazz, even as a kid, honey. And when I was swinging, when I could swing, got of age, I was always at the jazz club.
Yeah.
You know,
Jazz is fire.
jazz is fire, honey.
It's fire.
Yes, it is. It's the best.
That's what I listen to when I paint.
Yeah.
A lot of jazz, a lot of trap music.
A lot of what?
Trap music. Yeah.
Tell them what trap music is.
Trap music.
Go ahead, tell what that is. I know what it is. Tell what it is.
Trap music is a certain type of rap that
that hypes you.
It's a hype. It's kind of like our rock.
Right. I got you.
Our rock.
Yeah, I know. They call it trap music. Right.
And that's what a lot of people listen to when they're in a trap. So,
yeah.
like, I look at my studio as a lab, but also as a trap house. Because, like, if I don't get to the bag, nobody else is. So.
Right. I
Get
hear
to the
that.
bag.
Yes. I got it. Listen, I'm with it, you know, because let me tell you, Merika has opened my doors. She don't even realize how much she's been helpful to me, you know, because this is one of the young ladies that reached out to me, and humble as all humble with open arms. And I was just blown away, you know. I mean, it was like, wow. And giving me the best advice. I said, are you sure you are the age you are? Because this woman is so informative.
26.
She's 26, same age as my other daughter, my biological daughter.
Yeah, the oldest one.
They're the oldest one.
Yeah.
And she's got so much going on. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
She just made me think and realize all the things that I used to do. You know, I'm not handling this very well. I wasn't handling it very well when I was ill, when I was really ill. I was terrified.
Yeah.
And nothing's like y'all know when Butterscotch gets on her feeds, when I do my live feeds, what's the one thing I always tell you? Always tell somebody you love them. You might change somebody's life for the day. You make a difference in somebody's life. Just that one word, I love you. It can brighten up somebody's day. And the second thing I always tell you, you got to be humble out in these streets. And the reason why I say that is because people are so cold and closed-minded. You have to be on your toes at all times, you know, because you don't know when the rat is coming to get you or trying to shut you down. That's the only way I can say it. I'm trying to be pleasant.
Okay. All right. Right?
But anyway, I thank this young lady because, meditation has always been my thing. But for some reason, I lost focus because I was so afraid and scared. And at the same time, I was by myself.
Listen, fear, and don't be afraid to be alone, because I create very, very well alone. Like, it's just a comfort. You're going to be with yourself regardless.
Yeah. It's not so much that I was afraid to be alone, because I have no problem with living alone. The thing is that I was ill.
Yeah.
And I was helpless.
Yeah.
And between this young lady, and a shout out to my girl Lisa Boom, who helped me stop from breathing, because if we didn't have my technology FaceTime, I probably would have passed in my sleep. I'm be honest, because that's how bad I was. And she walked me through the breathing and meditation, because my heart was racing.
Remember, I kept telling you,
and you too.
Keep breathing.
Because my heart was beating fast, so fast. It was like
stress can
like
really do a damage to the body.
So these are the two women that I give everybody else a shout out as well. But these two women are very special to me, so much special to me, because they brought me back to the fundamentals. And actually, they don't even realize they actually saved my life. And I have to thank them. And she's 26 years old, could be my daughter, but I already told you I already adopted her as my daughter. Okay? That's right. She's the same age as my other daughter. My other daughter's 25. She's going to be 26 on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
God bless you, Taylor. I hope you come and see Mama soon. I'm going to leave it at that.
Come see Mama.
Yeah, come and see your mama.
Get some jerk chicken.
Yeah. I wish I could make jerk. I don't know how to make jerk.
I thought that's what you made in there.
No, what I made was I had a boar's head turkey, right?
Oh.
Boneless. And the topping was jerk.
That shit was good.
Well, let me tell you, because of Butterscotch stomach, I still got it. You should have told me. I would have bought you a whole piece. You should have told me.
I got to stay away from food.
Listen,
food is like...
I like spicy stuff, but I know I got to watch it. If I'm going to eat spicy stuff, I got to take my acid reflux pill first, because my stomach got messed up so bad from me being ill and everything. I said, oh my God. I had to eat in the middle of the turkey because I can't eat that part. And when I ate a piece of the jerk part, when I ate a piece of the jerk part,
she caught the Holy Ghost. Okay? The Holy Ghost.
Yeah. But I tell you, the fresh string beans and the potatoes paid off. Then I made stuffing. And then I made a gravy to go with it. I think if I could have ate the jerk turkey, what I was missing was the cranberry. Because that would have sweetened it. I could have had sweet and sour. Then I might have been able to eat it like that.
Yeah.
And can you believe this? I gave away all my cranberry sauce. See, what happens is that when I have so much food in my house, I try to donate. And I give it to people that I feel that need stuff, because sometimes I hit those pantries. Let me tell you something, people. Don't be ashamed, honey. Oh, don't be ashamed, because a lot of y'all go anyway. Y'all got full-time jobs, and you still go to the pantry still. Because them pantries be having designer food, honey. And some stuff they have, you can't even afford to buy in the store. And some people ask, well, what is that? Because I'm a vegetable person. When I go to the pantries, I look for vegetables. Fresh vegetables, that's what I'm looking for. They can keep their meats, because I don't like processed meats, so, I ain't with that. But the vegetables is what I go for.
Okay.
And, of course, salmon. I'll take the salmon and stuff, because I know how to make good salmon cakes, honey.
Yeah, salmon.
Yeah, I love me some salmon. Because salmon is very expensive.
My father likes salmon.
Yeah, salmon is expensive. It really is. And then when they have tuna, I only get the tuna as a delicacy for my cat. Because she eats cat food. But that
They'll
tuna.
tear up some tuna.
Yeah, that tuna, oh, baby. I said, honey, I don't even eat tuna. But I make sure I buy it from a cat. I get it from a cat.
Yeah. They love
but, so that's the one thing, and I enjoy just meeting people. Sometimes I just go to just to, entertain and introduce myself and try to promote people to tune into CTV, watch Butterscotch Angie live show. This is what's going on. I'm trying to be wise in the community. And also I get to find out a lot of information from people at these places because, they are the community. Mm-hmm. You find out things that you don't ever hear on the freaking news that needs to be told. So I would like to be the first to tell it if I can. That's what's up.
Listen, this gentrification.
Talk about it, Merika. We're going to use this closing out. We're going to we freestyling now. Yeah. I just want to say that you have now met Merika Fletcher. You probably seen Merika Fletcher before on my show. She was on my women's segment when I gave out awards to the women that I admire. She was one of them. And I was like, for months and months, I'm like, wow, I got to get this woman on my show. But things happen. Things happen for a reason. They do. Mm-hmm. And also, in terms of happening for a reason, it gave me more clarity for who I am. Because, again, we always go through a storm. And in that storm, there's some twine that's going to come out. That's going to give you clarity on things that will open you up. Mm-hmm. So don't be scared because Butterscotch got a lot of surprises coming to CTV. So I'm going to let this floor end with Merika. She's going to close us out and rock out. Okay. You got 8 minutes, baby, so you can talk about anything. I love it.
No, it's okay.
Go ahead.
You can follow my Instagram page, RIK__A, Rika, or the other artist page, The Lab, THELA__B. You can follow me on Facebook, Merika Fletcher, MERIKHA, Fletcher, FLETCHER. I got a podcast coming up.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Tell me a little about that.
That one.
I gotta hear about I gotta hear about the podcast.
The podcast.
'Cause I was just talking to my director today, Mr. Brian, about podcasts. He was telling me how difficult it is. She's telling me I gotta hear about the podcast.
The podcast is coming up. It's called Blunts and Bullshit.
It's called what?
Blunts and Bullshit.
Blunts and Bullshit.
Sorry.
That's all right. Tell me about that podcast, girl.
Yeah, it's
Well, she young. What do you expect? This is what the young people do. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just for you to like conversate and to speak about what's going on, in the community, about what's going on now.
And it's about people being able to express and their concerns about different topics like that. It's open forum, and sometimes you have like a debate.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
It's very raw.
I like that.
Very, very raw.
So when is that coming out?
That's July 1st.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then I have my gallery coming, so
your gallery?
That'll be the ending of July.
Okay.
So
you got to keep me informed. Where's your gallery going? It's going to be in Brooklyn?
Yeah, most likely it's going to be in Brooklyn.
Okay. Well, you got to let me know because I definitely want to be there.
Of course.
I got to be there. Yes. I can't wait. I'm just so excited. But, what do you think about the summer, Merika? I mean, how's the summer looking so far? How do you see it coming along? What do you think?
It's very productive.
You find
it extremely productive.
Mm-hmm. For you?
For me. Yeah.
Okay.
And I see a lot of growth in a lot of people that I've been having conversations with.
Yes.
Like you. Overcoming that 4 weeks out.
Yeah.
You've been very, very productive.
Ooh.
But
Lord have mercy.
Now the information now, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna put you in a hole again because you already have that information now.
Yes. Very good. The young lady's so informative. I tell you. Sometimes us older people, I always say, you do need to listen to the young because they're the ones that's coming up, people. We already did our part. But you got to be in tune, especially those who are mothers out there, like myself. I started late. I had my 16-year-old when I was 40. I had her very late, having a child. So me being up in age, my patience is very short. And there's a lot of things that I don't understand because the language is totally different from my era. Like, my daughter can say one thing, and I said, oh, you mean that? Okay, that's just what the words y'all use for it, but we called it this back in the day. She looks at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You know, they have their own language.
Yeah.
But you know what, like I always tell my daughter and any other kid out there, you know, you got to watch that language barrier that you're using, kids, because see, you can go into another part of New York, another borough, and you can use that word, or you can go out of state. For example, somebody say, this is the craziest thing, I've said it before, but I got to tell you, I'm going to snow you. What does that mean to you?
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means? Well, somewhere in Pennsylvania, if somebody tell you they're going to snow you, that means they're going to blow you away. That's what it means. Now, my daughter used that word one time with me. I can't remember what it was. I said, what do you mean by that? Snow? It ain't snowing outside. Oh, it's something you picked up from somebody at school. They just created a word and picked it up. You know, we got to watch those words because, you know what? You don't never know how somebody perceive it. Jersey got their own language. They got different language because they got so many gangs. They got so many different gang signs and everything else that you can't keep up with them. You know, we got segments. But anyway, I'm just throwing something at you. I want Miss Fletcher to take us out. Give them your last word, Miss Fletcher. Go ahead, over my Tina Marie. That's right. That's all she got? You guys say we got 2 minutes. Bye. Come on. Shout out to everybody out there. Like I said, tune into Butterscotch Angie Live. You know I come on every Monday on Channel 34. That's on Verizon and Spectrum. Keep in mind, if you have Verizon, you can see me in every borough if you have Verizon. That's what Philos do. But Spectrum, oh well. You can see me on 34 and Spectrum if you got Spectrum in Staten Island. I don't know, is that Brooklyn too? Oh, I'm sorry. You can see me on Spectrum in Brooklyn too. Channel 30.